The danger is that most people rely mainly on the social security. So the essence, my viewer, why we're talking is that we should not think that the social security alone, or putting all our trust on social security alone, will take us anywhere. What I mean by social security, it could be the company pension or the government pension plans. So now someone is working, right? And I've mentioned earlier in terms of the personal security that you pay yourself first. Remember again the $10 strategy. I'm not saying you should stick to $10. If you can do more, do. The barest minimum, right? $10. Let it be a culture. We're trying to build the saving and investment culture in our community. Oh, some people say, yes, in Canada, we have something they call old age security. Fine. Old age security. That security is not actually secured for you.
Really?
Why? Because many of us, we came here at already an average age. Even those that started working at the age of 18, do you know what's the maximum old age security you can get? It's about $1,300. No, a little bit above $1,000.
Hello, everyone. This is the Business Hub show, and my name is Ukela Prince. I'm your anchor today, and I'm also still thrilled to announce to you that we are on this series, on this journey on building black wealth for North America. I have no less a person with me, my regular guest that has been our financial instructor, Mr. Israel Ayamo.
Thank you.
Mr. Israel, nice having you. I like the way you look. You say, hey, man, you're looking good, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, looking good. It's good business. It's good business.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
I'm excited to be here.
When I grow up, I think I'll be looking like this.
Yeah, you're already there, so let's go to the journey together.
How are you, sir?
I'm good.
Okay. Now, today we will be looking at self-security and social security.
Right.
Wow. Self-security, social security. What's that all about?
Yeah. When football team wants to play, they'll say Arsenal versus Man U.
That's right.
So,
why did you call Chelsea football club?
okay, or Chelsea. As the case may be, I'm not a football enthusiast. So this one is like personal security versus social security.
That's right.
Yeah. So I would like to put it this way: it's like a tripod leg.
Okay.
Right. It's just like what we have here at the camera in front of us. I can see that it's standing on the tripod, right?
That's right.
Yeah. If it's not on a tripod, one of the legs is off, what will happen? To collapse.
That's right.
Yeah. Now, those tripods, I would like to look at it. I mean, they are there, but the danger is that most people rely mainly on the social security. So the essence, my viewer, why we're talking is that we should not think that the social security alone, or putting all our trust on social security alone, will take us anywhere. And what I mean by social security, it could be the company pension or the government pension plans. Right. For personal security, I mean, from the former previous episode, we talk about savings, emergency fund, and investment.
That's right.
That is personal security.
Wow.
So I've already explained a lot that we can do there.
Okay.
Then talking about the social security, let me look at the two components. The company's pension plan and the government pension plan. Yeah, so for the company pensions plan, you will all agree that, I mean, for the millennials that are looking at, or the baby boomers that are our viewers, we all agree that in the 50s or 60s or thereabout, Most companies, they have this defined benefit plan. But these days, for some time, the past decade or more, they have moved from the defined benefit plan to the defined contribution plan. You may want to ask, what's the difference?
Yeah. Please tell us.
The reason they are moving from that is because people that are supposed to be retiring, they are living longer because of good health care. Okay. And it's putting pressure on that pension plan. Mm-hmm. So the defined benefit plan gives the retired employee a better option because those funds are defined by the company. They are already invested and then defined by the company. At the time the employee is retiring, the risk in fluctuation in terms of investment, because they don't keep the fund in one place, locked up in a box. No, they invested it. The company bears the risk.
Yeah.
But for the defined contribution plan, they've gradually moved the risk from the company to the employee. Mm-hmm. So that's a major difference.
That's interesting.
Defined benefit plan gives the employee a better opportunity for the growth of his investment. Because they will tell you from the onset that this thing will grow in XYZ and this is what you have. So somebody can calculate at the time I retire 20 or 30 years after my work, blah, blah, blah. This is what I know I'll get. But it's no more. It's not defined contribution plan.
Okay.
Which have moved the risk from the employee, from the employer to the employee. Okay. So that's why I say you don't rely on companies' pension.
Okay, that's beautiful. But I would love if you can actually throw some emphasis on the importance for individuals to shift from the social security to self-security.
Yeah. So now someone is working, right? And I've mentioned earlier in terms of the personal security that you pay yourself first. Remember again the $10 strategy. I'm not saying you should stick to $10. If you can do more, do. But because of the question you asked at the last episode, the barest minimum, right? $10. Let it be a culture. We're trying to build the saving and investment culture in our community. The immigrants, racialized, and the black community. We need our culture. So pay yourself first.
Don't send all your money home.
Right, because they will put pressure. They think they pluck money here. They'll put pressure on you. In fact, there's a lady I was doing, in fact, not one. I have several. But this one was quite peculiar. In fact, when we did this financial analysis, she saw that the money she has sent home for people that they have 2 hands and 2 legs is that enormous. And I say, man, you are missing out. Because these same people, they will laugh at you tomorrow. If something happens to you and you cannot help yourself, they will say, what have you been doing? They will forgotten that you are the one that has been sending money. Then secondly, start small and grow big. Money takes time to grow. Put it in a properly structured portfolio. Better still, before doing that, make sure you have a coverage that has a cash value so that you can also plan for retirement. So those are the various areas. Then don't buy things you don't need.
Don't buy things
you don't need.
Now, one thing that I believe our viewers should never forget from this journey or this series that we are in is that money takes time
to grow.
You have repeatedly been
mentioned it.
Yeah.
And don't think you are too young to start saving. Because we have a lot of our children now, they have started working. If you see the kind of funny things they do, when they get to our age, some of them will regret. Or some of us now in our age, they still think they have a lot of time.
That's right.
Just look back. For you that are 50 now, for example, today, when the time you were like 20 years, it's just like yesterday.
Yeah.
So money takes time to grow. Those kids This is the time for us to channel their resources into knowing how to put their saving nests, investment nests. They should start building it now. It's easier for them to start early and for them to get their retirement. So to retire in Canada, you need an average of 1.3 million.
1.3 million.
To retire confidently, comfortably, you need an average of 1.3 million. You can achieve it on both using the protection strategy or savings and retirement strategy, or a combination of both. Then the other part of the opposite, which is the Social Security, which a lot of people, unfortunately, in our community think that the government will take care of me. The government will take care of me. Who says? We have just mentioned what is happening now in the companies, moving from defined benefit plan to defined contribution plan. Moving the risk of your investment while you are working to you. Then the other part is the government pension. We have the old age security, the OAS. Oh, some people say, yes, in Canada, we have something they call old age security. Fine. Old age security. That security is not actually secured for you.
Really?
Why? Because many of us, we came here at already an average age. Even those that started working at the age of 18, do you know what's the maximum old age security you can get? It's about $1,300. No, a little bit above $1,000. A little bit above 1,000. That's the maximum. That's somebody that have stayed in Canada, because the old age security, and there's another called GIS, which is the Guaranteed Income Supplement.
What's the retirement age?
No, we are looking at 65, right?
65.
That's the current retirement age. So the old age security and the GIS, OS and the GIS, which is the part of the government, this thing, those two depend on how long you have stayed in Canada. It's how long. So imagine if you start, you have stayed like 40 years. The maximum they will give you just over $1,000 monthly, and it's affected by tax too. It's taxable.
Taxable.
Then the GIS, I don't pray for even my enemy to be in that category. So outside the old age, that the OAS, that old age security, for those that are below minimum wage. So let's assume this person retired poor or lived in Canada at that age is very poor. That's when the person GIS is added to the OAS. So I don't pray for any of my viewers to be in that category. It means that your entire household income is less than about $18,000 per annum. Okay. That's poverty, $18,000 per annum. Per annum.
Now,
that means you fall in that category.
Why?
And it also depends on how long you have stayed in Canada. Yes.
Since we're talking about also the pension plan right now, so why is the pressure on Social Security and the Canada pension plan, why is it increasing?
Yes, like I mentioned, the pressure is increasing because a lot of, that's government plan. Right? Where did they get it from? Tax. Because that one doesn't have to do with your employment now, right? It has to do with just because you're in Canada. Yeah. So look this one statistic. Say OAS is considered a taxable income. As of January, the OAS maximum payment from age 65 is about $713 per month, which is about $713,035 per month, which is about $8,500 per year from age 65. So to age 75, to age 74, for example, is $784. So it's less than $800 per month. In a year, is $9,400. Yeah, that's $9,416 in a year. So is that what you want to rely on to pay your rent? That one cannot even take care of you. Many of us that are coming now, because this one is based on how long you have stayed in Canada. It doesn't have anything to do with your income. The one that has to do with your income is the other part we might talk about if we have time. That's the CPP. Okay. Canada Pension Plan.
Canada Pension Plan, yeah.
So why you need to concentrate on your personal, this is that Don't rely on this. Rely on your own. Build your own investment nest and savings. Get a protection so that things of emergency or emergency that has to do with your health or death does not compromise your family.
Okay.
Because if anything happens, your family is compromised. They might drop out of school. Your wife you might relocate back to the streets.
Okay, and that's so I will allow you to close on that note because you already entered into the next question I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
So I was trying to ask, what steps can individuals take to secure their financial future, given the changes in retirement programs?
Yes. So the strategies, I've already mentioned them, some of them. Make sure you build your own personal security.
That's right.
And that starts from now. Today is already too late. Yesterday was the very best time. Today is another opportunity. Tomorrow might be too late. So don't procrastinate. For those of you that are young, you have the greater opportunity to build your investment nest so that you don't be deceived. The OOS or the CPP, which has to do with your income, that we'll elaborate maybe in our next episode, cannot take you to the kind of comfortable retirement that you're expecting. Don't think that because they say they have OAS in Canada, a lot of people are going, they are because of, the good health facility, people are getting more older. People that have underlying ailment, they are able to manage it. People that have cancer, there are some people that are able to manage it because of the health situation. Yeah. People that have stroke, they're able to manage it because of the good health. So a lot of people are going to that level of that age that they will be collecting those things from government. And government taxes are not, they rely on taxes to pay some of these things, right? The government cannot keep up any longer with the increasing bill on those things. So you have to, on those three tripod leg, let the one that is personal savings be the strongest.
Personal savings
be the strongest
on your
tripod. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Israel.
Thank you very much.
All right, well, that's our show for today. We look forward to another edition. Thank you. So send in your comments, send in your questions, and you also know how to reach Israel directly. And like we said, in subsequent editions, you want to sponsor this event, this show, and kindly reach out to us. You can see our handles on the screen, and we'll be glad to have you in because the community really needs this. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Have a nice day.
God bless you.